President Donald Trump stood on the floor of the United Nations General Assembly, arguably the biggest platform, the biggest stage in the world, and he announced his intention to stand against the New World Order. How do we explain this?
If you want freedom, take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The future belongs to sovereign and independent nations.
For whatever reason, Donald Trump looked them straight in the eye, and he said he was going to stand against those who would destroy national sovereignty.
Today I have a message for those open border activists who cloak themselves in the rhetoric of social justice. Your policies are not just. Your policies are cruel and evil.
For whatever reason, Donald Trump looked them straight in the eye, and he declared war, even on the neocon war machine that had been destabilizing the entire world under goofballs like George W. Bush.
And America's goal is not to go with these endless wars that never end.
He looked them straight in the eyes at the United Nations, Donald Trump did, and he blasted socialism.
One of the most serious challenges our countries face is the specter of socialism. It's the wrecker of nations and destroyer of societies. Socialism and communism are about one thing only: power for the ruling class. Today I repeat a message for the world that I have delivered at home. America will never be a socialist country.
Donald Trump looked them straight in the eye on the floor of the United Nations, and he defended the basic right of all of us to protect our homes and our families and to not need the nanny state New World Order.
There is no circumstance under which the United States will allow international entries to trample on the rights of our citizens, including the right to self-defense. That is why this year I announced that we will never ratify the UN Arms Trade Treaty, which would threaten the liberties of law-abiding American citizens. The United States will always uphold our constitutional right to keep and bear arms.
And then Donald Trump committed the ultimate crime. Looking the world straight in the eyes, he defended the unborn.
Americans will also never tire of defending innocent life. We are aware that many United Nations projects have attempted to assert a global right to taxpayer-funded abortion on demand, right up until the moment of delivery. Global bureaucrats have absolutely no business attacking the sovereignty of nations that wish to protect innocent life. Like many nations here today, we in America believe that every child, born and unborn, is a sacred gift from God.
Friends, how do you explain this? I mean, this speech of Donald Trump rocked the United Nations. It rocked the New World Order. The Vatican kicked into panic mode, hosting conferences immediately, warning that Trump threatened the entire world. Remember, we played this clip a lot of times. Let's play it one more time just for old time's sake.
The U.S. is a problem. It became a far more significant problem with Donald Trump. He may or may not be president after November, but the U.S. became vastly more complicated for the world since 2017.
Don't you see what's going on here? The globalists and their friends in the media are destabilizing our country on purpose. And believe you me, the Democrat folks, they're completely in bed with the globalist agenda. They're destabilizing our country on purpose. None of this is happening by accident. None of this really has anything to do with George Floyd or with police brutality or even with racism. Black Lives Matter, Antifa, these are not grassroots organizations. These are organized. They're well-financed by globalist money. Guys like Soros' money is not hard to find. Even as recent as 2016, he was financing Black Lives Matter. You see? And now we're looking out every night, we're seeing as each statue that is toppled in this country is a piece of the foundation of this country. You see what they're doing? They're erasing our country. They're erasing our future by erasing our past, by erasing our history. And it's going to keep going if someone doesn't stop it. They're going to say everything about this country. It's Euro-Christian roots. We're racist, and we have to do a complete reset, rename everything, tear everything down, and start over with a new world order. And they destabilized this country. They brought it to this point through the pandemic, through the lockdown, and now through the riots. They need to make sure that America is destroyed, is toast, is independent no longer.